Hello everyone, I am the group leader for this group number 8. So my name is Tan Cheng Kyong, PC 19075. So let me move on to the next slide. So these are my group member. There's all 6 members including me. So the first member is Muhammad Aiman Dania. Next, Not Hani Basira, Tuan Nurul Izzah, and Muhammad Razi, and Nuratirah. And that's all for my group member. And move on to this slide, Sustainable Development Goal. So the head of the state of the government agreed in the September 2015 to put the world on the path to sustainable development by adopting the 2020 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So the Sustainable Development Goals are the collection of 17 quantitative targets for social, economic, and environmental development that must all meet by 2030. So the 70, there are 17 sustainable development goals. So for our teams of my group is goals number 6, that's it, clean water and sanitation. So clean water and sanitation for all is the 6 sustainable development goals. So it's to ensure available and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. So clean water and sanitation is important to achieve the universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all. Next, improving water quality by reducing pollution, eliminating dumping, and minimizing release of hazardous chemical and material. And move on to the last one, to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. So that's all for me for this part. Then move on to next presentation. Thank you. Hello, we meet again. So for this part is to choose the problem. So we decided to choose water problem. So as you know that this problem need to be choose around our area. So I'm choose this water filter. So there's a problem with the water filter in my area. There is Wakabaru, Kelantan. The problem was water very rusty. Inventive already used the filter. For the cheap filter like I'm using right now, is Panasonic only could filter some of the rusty. So to get the best filter is quite expensive. So this problem is not only in my house, it's happened all my residential area. Drinking this water sometimes make me get illness. And move on to problem statement. What is water? How difficult to get clean water? Why? This is still rusty inside the water, even though it's already been filtered. So user will get illness when every time where my tap water house, Kelantan and nearby resident area. Okay, let's move on to task number 2. Develop cause and effect chain analysis. So as you can see there, water tank, iron pipe, leaking, rusty water, and others. It's not the main cause here, so it's being crossed. So for the main cause is water purifier tank, filter layer, and design issue. So for the function of this water filter is to filter the water and remove harmful chemical. So move on to this slide. Purpose of innovation is to use 7-layer filter because it's much more better than the type of microfilter. So what is microfilter? Because it's like a screen door that allow air in and keep bug out. So the 7-layer using the natural materials such as sandstone, carbon, and others able to remove rusty and dangerous chemical in the water more efficiently. Move on to task number 3 is to identify the component, external and internal. So for the internal components is carbon filter, cartridge, activate carbon, black O-ring rubber. For external components is universal faucet adapter, white tube, single divider, screw, cartridge, plastic frame, stand plastic frame, and tap filter. So for this slide is to identify the interaction between the component within the engineering system. You can see that the first start from the rusty water goes inside the tap fuel set, and it is supported by the flow to white tube to go inside the body of the filter cartridge plastic frame, and supported by screw, single distributor, and universal faucet adapter. And it is being processed inside the cartridge plastic frame, and also being supporting by black O-ring rubber. And the whole process go through the carbon filter, cartridge with carbon, and finally it's go through to tap filter and release the water. So and we say that from the previous slide, rusty water is very harmful because you're already rusty. So it goes to tap filter set and supported by this white filter screw and single distributor user faucet adapter. So supporting by stained plastic frame is quite useful for this thing, and also it been support for cartridge plastic frame, and the whole process starting there. And the cartridge is very quite sometimes useful, holding there and then goes through the tap filter and then release the water. Okay, that's all for me for this slide. Okay, let's move on to next presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurhani Basira binti Muhammad Masmina. My message number is PCY90CX. My team is clean water and sanitation. My problem is rusty water engine. For introduction, with my problem is ASUS. The goal of sustainable development is to convince the community about the environmental hygiene. Therefore, the availability of clean water and sanitizer can help sustainable development can be continued. The problem choose was the rusty water engine causing the water to be unclean and hazardous. Clarify our problem. What? Rusty water engine. How? Difficult to clean and the water system is rusty. Why? A lot of rusty user from the powder. When? Why the MCO is running? Why kasi putih? So by the video question we take, a census is the rusty water engine difficult to clean and the water system is rusty due to a lot of rusty from the powder. Why the MCO is running at the putih? Just two. Develop cause and effect change analysis. Rusty water engine, a lot of rusty. It is because can get broken pipes and poor water flow, and then there is cause rust color water. Next, the function analysis of the system is have to first use the engine cover properly so that does not enter the camber. Next, filter the water. Why I take purpose of innovation is the purpose of this innovation is to change the effective way to prevent more rusty water engines that can cause water tanner to become dirty and lose color. This innovation was carried out on the fan part of the iron engine, which was covered to a stainless steel point. Next, testing. Identify is component. Have two internal component and external component. Internal component is fan, flux, automatic water, rubber air pipe. External, engine liner, engine cover, fuel. Two. Identify interaction between the component within the engineering system. Is rubber air pipe is component. Interaction with automatic water because it's the component. Screw interaction with automatic water. Plug interaction with automatic water. Fan iron interaction with rubber air pipe, and rusty water interaction with fan iron. Fan stainless steel interaction with plug and clean water interaction with fan stainless steel. The relevant function model. Rubber air pipe full with automatic water. Automatic water whole with screw. Engine liner whole with automatic water. Plug whole with automatic water, and fan stainless steel whole with plug to release clean water, and rusty water enter with fan iron is because the engine is dirty. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Tuan Nurul Izzah Bitita Yusof. Entry number PC19065. The theme is clean water and sanitizer. Closed water channel are one of the cases that can lead to water pollution problem. This problem occurs due to several environmental factors such as the use of improper pipe funnel. The width of the pipe stem funnel plays an important role in draining wastewater smoothly. If the use of improper pipe routes can lead to the occurrence of closed drainage system, indirectly will cause problem to users if it is not curbed as well as possible. Okay, this is a problem statement. They have 5 questions, which is what, how, why, when, where. Okay, what water in the sink? How difficult to drain water into the sewage system? Why the sink filter is closed due to the water drainage space being too narrow, causing the water in the sink to stagnate? When every time use it, where Ampun Raja Macam? Okay, water in the sink difficult to drain water into the sewage system because the sink filter is closed due to the water drainage space being too narrow, causing the water in the sink to stagnate every time use it at Kampung Raja Macang. Okay, the root cause of the problem, water difficult to drain into the sewage system. They have two system and situation. System, pipe funnel. Why pipe funnel space that is too narrow? Flowing water is not smooth, is not. This is design issue. Situation, stagnant water is not. Water in the sink, difficult to drain water into the sewage system. It is cover issue. Correction action, to design a system to make the larger pipeline funnel space and functioning to drain water the sewage system smoothly. Okay, the function of the system. Subject create a large pipeline funnel space to water drain into the sewage system smoothly. Function launching object water in the sink. Okay, purpose of innovation to design a system to make the larger pipeline funnel space so that the water in the sink does not stagnate and can drain the water to the sewage system smoothly. Okay, this is a component analysis. They have two external component and internal component. External component, frame, PVC elbow, PTFE tape, PVC glue, PVC pipe root. The internal component, static stability and dynamic stability. The interaction analysis, PVC pipe root interaction with frame, PVC elbow interaction with frame, PVC elbow interaction with PVC pipe root, PTFE tape interaction with PVC pipe root, PVC glue interaction with PVC pipe root, PVC pipe root interaction with sink and water. Okay, the function model, PVC pipe root, hole with frame, PVC elbow, hole with frame, PVC elbow, hole with PVC pipe root, PTFE tape, hole with PVC pipe root, PVC glue, hole with PVC pipe root, PVC pipe root, hole with sink and water.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Natira binti Azhar. I will explain my part for task 1 to task 3. For task 1, the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. I choose Team Clean Water and Sanitizer. More and more countries are experiencing water stress, and increasing drought and desertification is already worsening these trends. By 2050, it is projected that at least 1 in 4 people will suffer recurring water shortage. Safe and affordable drinking water for all by 2030 require invest in adequate infrastructure, provide sanitation facilities, and encourage hygiene. Protecting and restoring water-related ecosystem is essential. So my problem is water supply disruption even after 10 years. I use 5WH, which is a WHO resident of Selangor. How? Suffering from water supply disruption even after 10 years. Why? Because the state has very little treated water reserve. Users are residents of Selangor. When is during movement control order MCO, and where is Selangor? So my problem statement would be the residents of Selangor suffering from water supply disruption even after 10 years because the state has very little treated water reserve during MCO at Selangor. My task 2 is to develop a cause and effect chain analysis to identify root cause of the water supply disruption. So can be caused by system or situation. So the situation might be because of burst pipe, sudden increase in water demand, damaged water treatment plant, or someone tainting the water supply. But the main cause was because of the system, because the state has very little treated water reserve. This is due to Selangor's water demand is high, not because the state gave license to private companies to do all water supplying work or emergencies occur such as droughts or burst pipe. The Selangor's water demand is high because of a few causes, which is development of Selangor is happening at rapid rate. Water supply and distribution system had been badly upgraded, and Selangor used up more water compared to the national average. So my corrective action is to design a large tank somewhere to be used during emergency with at least a 10% reserve of water supplies. So I developed a function analysis, which is the subject would be a large tank somewhere to be used during emergency with at least a 10% reserve of water supply. The function is to stop and the object is water supply disruption. So my purpose of innovation is to design a large tank somewhere to be used during emergencies with at least a 10% reserve of water supply to stop water supply disruption even after 10 years. My task 3 consists of external component and internal component. For the external component, we have water pipelines, water taps, treatment plant, water resources, reservoir, and tank. For the internal component, I have water, flood, weather, and river. The interaction between the component within the engineering system and between the engineering system and its object, and also super system. So we have water, which is flood will direct water. Water will supply to consume, and water and weather and river will direct water. The water tank will hold water while being held by water resources. Reservoir will hold water while being held by water resources. Water resources will supply water while being cleansed by treatment plant. The water pipeline will guide water, and water tap will stop water. For the functioning model, it's just the same, except for the water, because everyone would be sufficient useful, except for water tank will be flood useful to water, reservoir will be flood useful to water, and the treatment plant will be flood useful for water resources. So that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Imandania bin Muhammad Zulkifli, ID metric PC19007. Today I will talking about task 1. I have select to team clean water and sanitizer, and it's about intro sustainable development. Sustainable development goals the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenge we face, include poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. Then I found a problem issue in my home family Kelantan. There is a problem the tap faucet or faucet pipe and happen every 6 months in my house. In the faucet there are object and the faucet is damaged or broken. Okay, next. The ground one show water always comes up near the faucet. Next. Okay, this is my 5 W. What, how, why, user, when, where. What is my family? How is a problem the faucet pipe? Why? In the faucet there are object and the faucet is damaged or loose or broken. User is a big loss if let it go to waste in bit. When every 6 months. Where home faucet but sinks water at Kelantan. Next. And task 2 cause and effect change analysis. When I cause and effect analysis, problem the faucet pipe system is rusty pipe faucet cause damage from inside. Then the water doesn't stop coming out. Waste to cause water waste in base. The pipe head is loose, water pressure comes out fast. There is a few not possibility to effect and cause an effect. It's like leaking, clog, and the situation also hold the faucet too tight. Always close the pipes not tightly. Used to and also used to water often. And I found a corrective action. To design a system can vessel supply water to pull water from tap pipe in the house. Next, and function analysis. Function analysis subject. Vessel supply water. Function is pool. Object is water. Purpose of innovation to design a vessel that supply water to pull water from tap pipe in the house. And next, here task 3. Task 3 is about component analysis. Here two about component analysis, external and internal. External is tap pipe. Second one is pipe. Third, rubber. And fourth, pipe head holder. And last, screw. And internal, I found that firstly is water, and two, floor, and last, sink. Okay, next. Okay, interaction between a component with the engineering system. Here is show interaction analysis. Interaction analysis, you can see water is component interaction to the tap pipe component interaction to floor, sink, screw, pipe head holder, pipe, and so on. Okay, next. This is model for functional model. Functional model is water function is stop tap pipe stop water, and also pipe head holder stop water, and direct to sink hold screw hold pipe holder hold pipe, then so on. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a good day everyone. My name is Nik Muhammad Razi Irfan bin Yusuf, and my matric number is PC19011. So today I will going with my task, which is task 1, introduction. Our theme is clean water and sanitation. The sustainable development, clean water and sanitation is one of the goals SDG in line with the will of the government to end poverty and ensure all people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. For the next one, as you can see, this is the identify and analyze for problem at my task. The problem I choose is rusty water. How it becomes difficult to get clean water, and then the water that comes out is not clean. The user will get illness, and the time is every time when using water. The place is my pipe sink at Kelantan and resident area. The rusty water is hard to be handled due to the iron pipe sink. For the next one, I will go with the task 2. This is the develop cause and effect chain analysis. As you can see, the first one is rusty water going to iron pipe. It become because of pipe material going to water flow and rusty water release. The next one, we go with the do function analysis of the system. Using other material of pipes such as stainless or plastic is one of the analysis that we can do. And the next one is always check the water filter cleanness to get the clean water. The purpose of innovation is to find the effective way to make sure that water that comes out from pipes at home are clean. By using others material of pipes such as stainless or plastic, it may prevent the rusty water. Going with the task 3. As you can see, this is the identify iron pipe component. For interaction analysis, the component is pipe, rubber, tap pipe, floor, sink, screw, pipe head holder, and water. So this is the last analysis that you can see. So that's all from me, and warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and bye-bye.
Now I will continue to explain the task 4. For the task 4, we apply trimming method to develop solution for the problem that have been identified, which is rusty water. The rusty water will enter tap faucet, but this action would be harmful. So the tap faucet will hold white tube, while the white tube will hold cartridge plastic frame. The cartridge plastic frame will hold black or ring rubber and also stand plastic frame. The stand plastic frame will hold black or ring rubber. All these action would be excessive useful. The black or ring rubber will hold carbon filter cartridge, and this section is sufficient useful. And the carbon filter cartridge will hold activated carbon, and the activated carbon will hold tap filter. This action would be flawed useful. And the tap filter will release water, and this action will be sufficient useful. The stand plastic frame will hold water tube, and this action is excessive useful, but also it will hold screws. But this action would be sufficient useful. The screws will hold white tube, and the screws will be held by universal faucet adapter, which also hold single diverter. The white tube also hold universal faucet adapter and hold single diverter. All these actions would be sufficient useful. From this trimming method, we identify that stand plastic frame need to be removed. We sketch the ideas of our solution to remove the plastic frame, and the system will be look like this without the plastic frame. That's all for task 4.
Hi, we will proceed with task 5 for our group. Engineering contradiction method. Inventive problem. The rusty water that out from water supply at home and manipulate variable is increased density of carbon inside the filter cartridge. Positive variable is carbon able to increase in stability of the object. System parameter 13, stability of the object's composition. And the negative variable, the process of filtering speed will be decreased. And for the last one is engineering contradiction. If the density of carbon inside the filter cartridges increase, then it can block rusty water, positive impact, but need to wait longer to get clean water, the negative impact. The next one is inventive principle. To improving parameter, we use 13, which is stability, and worsening parameter is 9, which is speed. For principle, we use principle 1, segmentation, principle 2, taking out, principle 26, copying, principle 28, mechanic substitution. As you can see, this is the sketch ideas of solution and how the system will looks like. Based on the sketch, the ideas of solution for task 5, inventive principle is taken out. For the solution for this sketch, we decided to use taking out the 2 carbon filters cartridges and replace with 2 7-layer natural materials filters cartridges, because this cartridge is able to filter all harmful chemical in water more efficiently. Expected impact: environmental friendly and user friendly, low cost, natural material, good health and well-being, removes 99.99% of virus, bacteria and other harmful microorganisms. And the last one is removes heavy metals. So that's all from me, and I will pass to the next presenter.
I will present about conclusion. Water filters are used to filter water from any water contamination, such as rusty water. It aims to produce drinking water that is clean from pollution and can be used in a variety of ways. The processing of this water to separate solid using filtration methods, chemicals such as disinfection and aggregation. As stated on our discussion about the water filter, we have find out that the 7-layer filter much better than type of macaron filter. It is because the 7-layer using natural material to remove rusty and dangerous chemical in water, indirectly able to overcome the problem of rusty water that occurs in residential area in Wakaf Baru, Kelantan. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you.